And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the WTL World Team League 2024 Summer KungFu Cup round number 10. I'm, of course, your host, ZvP, and with me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in the chat, and my plushies. As always, Papi, as always, it's great to be back here once again. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is live. The bracket is jam-packed full of so many players. We're here in the round of 64, and this is a banger of a matchup. This is a rematch from a couple of days ago. For those that are unaware, as we're jumping right into our game, for those that are unaware, there was a Bulgarian global qualifier, as there's a big event happening in Bulgaria. There's a big StarCraft event. There were qualifiers held over the weekend, and it went the way of the Protoss. So it was a best of 3 between these two, went all the way to the ace match, went away to the Protoss, and we'll see if history repeats itself or if we can get some revenge. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alkione, we have our Chinese Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Mystery Gaming. It is Lancer. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the German Zerg player, the red Zerg representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Lambo. And if you're in the chat, predictions, Papi, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series in this round of 64 match. Oh my god, as we start off with a proxy or with the goal base initially here from Lambo. But again, Lancer did take the series 2-1, but it went all the way to the ace match. Because of that, this could go either way. I want to believe that we could maybe even see another ace match here, as Lancer is so quick to scout, and Lancer does confirm the gold. It is not uncommon to rush into the goal base on Alkione specifically, so Lancer, he is very quick to respond, very quick to react. Back at home, he does not go for the forge response. It is not uncommon to scout this, throw down a forge, and then go for a cannon rush to force a cancel. We've seen that time and time again. This time we're going for the gate expand, a very minimal response here from Lancer. He's aware of what's going on, and he's going for a bit of a longer game instead. Okay, let's go. You have my attention, Papi. You have my attention. We'll see how we do bring this all together here as the main art is occurring. Of course, Lancer is dipping into the main, getting eyes on any earlier gases, getting eyes on any earlier lair, any earlier spawning pool. We can see just a hatch gas pool opener, standard opener here out of Lambo, outside of course, the goal. And it's going to be on Lancer to punish this. Gonna be on Lancer to punish this as, yo, a shout out to El Paquito in the chat. Oh my god. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Paque Mike. Oh my god. Ojalá que todo te va bien. Hopefully everything is going well over on your end. Hope you're taking care. Good to see you. Good to see you, Papi. Good to see you. Of course, those who know, Paque Mike, of course, was for a time the best Protoss in all of Latino America. Mexican Protoss player. Nowadays, you know, taking a step back, a little bit retired, but still clearly enjoying StarCraft. We appreciate it, we appreciate it. As for now, Rocks are being knocked down. Lambo just trying to secure his position here. Meanwhile, back at home, Lancer opening up with a Stargate. Gonna be a Stargate opener as a tech of choice. The other way to punish this outside of a Forge is to go into Glaive Adepts. As we can see, no Adepts are in sight. It is just gonna be a standard opener here out of Lancer. He is applying pressure already, dipping in between the bases. Again, this is the difficult thing here for Lambo, is we have to defend both the third base and the main at the same time, and it's not the easiest thing to do here, to split up your units and spread out your attention. Speaking of, we shade in. We commit to the shade, and ooh, one drone will not go down. We barely do more for the spore crawler in time. Oh, but the second drone will fall, so we get one drone kill in the main base. That's okay. Meanwhile, that is not an Oracle opener. Okay, I assumed it was going to be Oracles, but no, instead it is going to be a Void Ray here out of Lancer. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, so it's going to be a Void Ray opener now. The scary thing about the Void Ray is, one, it's going to hunt down the Overlord, it's going to deny vision, deny scouting, and keep Lambo in the dark, and this can lead into a fast Twilight Council, and there it is! Twilight Council has been thrown down behind the gas guys, of the Overlord will not scout, the Overlord will not confirm, and this screams Glaive Adepts. Very fast Twilight Council before the third base has even been thrown down, and the goal here, of course, is for the Glaive Adepts to punish the base setup, to punish the economy here of Lambo. Now, Lambo is taking gases as we speak, getting a second gas. Geyser is droning up, checking our upgrades. We did invest into link speed, thankfully. Third base is going to be attempted. Third base is going to be delayed here. Links are on point, and the probe will go down. So a nice pickup here by Lambo, but it's not about the third base. It's about the Glaives. We spoke about this earlier. Again, this opener did scream Glaive Adepts here. Lambo is unaware. Back in the main bases. No Roach Warren. I'm a little bit concerned here. No Roach Warren yet, and the longer this goes on without a Roach Warren, the more concerned I'm going to become. There we go. 4-minute 30 Roach Warren timing. Not a bad timing here for the Roach Warren. This is kind of like on the edge of it being a little bit too late, but it's okay. You know, 4-minute 30, solid timing. Roaches are going to be on the horizon here. We will have Roaches to defend, but we'll see how much. We'll see if we can keep up. As Adepts are morphing in as we speak. Going to be warping in Adepts as best we can. Goes Void Ray into Oracle. Oracle does confirm the tech of choice, does confirm the Roach Warren at the third base. Lancer is aware. As we do dip into the main base, going to try and pick up some workers, going for the stasis even. Lambo does respond in time, does pull away. One drone gets caught out. So far, good reaction here at a Lambo. At the same time, Adepts stay shade in. And now these are vanilla Adepts. So far, no major tell here, but we are getting a lot of damage. Oh my god, nonetheless, 7, 8 drones going to be going down. 8, 9 workers do fall. We shade into the main base as well. Void Ray helping out with whatever we can, and it looks like we don't quite get another drone, but this is already amazing damage considering that was not even Lancer's final form. Remember, those initial 4 Adepts, that is not a tell. That is not out of the norm here. That is standard. Now here comes the Adepts, and what I'm concerned about, 0 Roaches. 0 Roaches for Lambo. Now he makes Roaches once he sees the Adepts on the way, but alas, these Roaches may be a little bit too little too late as we're collapsing on the 4th base. Well, sorry, we're collapsing on the gold. And we're going for the Queens. 1 Queen goes down, 2nd Queen as well. There's no transfuse. Yeah, no energy, no transfuse. The Lings are melting here, and now we can pick up the Roaches one at a time. Drones are going to try to evacuate. They're going to try and get the hell out of here, and they will escape. They will slip away. We are denying mining time here, but oh, here we get more Adepts. They're coming in to reinforce. Roaches are amassing. Drones are going to be able to come back, or at least they're trying to. The Spore went down. Oh, no Spore, which means the Void Ray can wreak havoc. Yeah, the Void Ray can get out of control. No anti-air, no Spore, no Queens, no nothing. This base is going to go down, and we're hoping for more damage. We are looking for more damage. So far, the Adepts, they do escape the clutches of the Roaches. They try to pivot away. They are going to kite back. And we're not actually shading towards the natural here. Okay, there we go. The shade is a little bit late, and we're actually shading back home instead. Adepts will escape, but that is going to be a kill on the hatchery. And Lambo, his worker count is, I mean, he's on 2-base saturation. He's on 55 workers, which isn't too bad, but he's stuck on 2 bases. No third in sight. Void Ray does escape, which means the Roach counterattack is not going to be the most successful, but we're doubling down. I believe we did research. We were in the middle of researching Overlord speed. We're going for an infestation, but I was about to say it looks like we're going for a 2-base all-in, and we still may go for a push. But the pit is going to be an interesting one. Because we're behind, this may even be something crazy like Swarm Host play. Till then, Adepts stay shade in. They get 1, they get 2. They get 3. 3, 4 drones, 5 drones going to be going to the 6th. Oh my god. 6 drones go down, and I was curious what the purpose was of this infestation. No, it's going to be for the Hydrogen, so it looks like Fast Hive into Lurkers. This is a way to recover. Basically, what the plan is for Lambo is, the plan is to turtle. The plan is to rush into Lurkers as quickly as possible, rush into Hive Tech, and try to build up a Lurker count and turtle up and survive and slowly retake the 3rd and retake the 4th. This means that Lambo is not going for an all-in. He's trying to go for a later game, trying to retake the gold as well, but that is ambitious. The gold base is going to be cancelled. We do cancel the gold. And Lancer is just all over Lambo here. Lambo trying to keep up, trying to catch up, but Lancer does a blink over the wall. Leaves a couple of Stalkers behind, not the best trade. A couple of Stalkers do get left behind. Forced to pivot away. At the same time, more Adepts going to be shading in. Not the best shade though, as yeah, we do force to cancel. Lambo, he's holding on. There's the Lurker Den. A Hive is now in production as well. Again, this is the win condition here, or the goal of Lambo is to get into Lurkers as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, let F say shade back in. They catch another 2 drones, getting a 3rd. 3rd drone goes down. Void Ray does overextend, runs into the Queens. Void Ray goes down. Lambo, he's holding. We're holding on, Pappy. Meanwhile, behind this, we're building up. We're working towards really a gateway-based composition here. Charge is on the way. I'm a little bit surprised we haven't embraced of Robo and Immortal production. It is very common to go from this glaive build initially from Lancer into double Robo and double Immortal production, just because there's so many roaches. And Immortals, they don't just do well against roaches, they do well against lurkers as well. So the lack of Immortals is a little bit concerning. It does mean that this army composition of Lancer, it doesn't scale amazingly into a longer game, so Lambo has a chance. Lambo does have a chance if he can get there, if he can get into those lurkers. Until then, though, we pick up 5 more drones. Queen's getting picked off as well. Once again, Lancer denying the goal base. Zealots, they do come in from behind, but they don't quite collapse in. Not enough of them. But the hatchery takes a lot of hits, and the hatchery is going to go down. One more volley, just barely. Hatchery does 4. Lambo stuck on 3 bases. Lancer on 4. And we'll see if we can break Lambo before we can get into lurkers, because the lurker den is done, Hive is done, lurker upgrades are on the way, and lurkers are about to be morphed in. Lambo supply block. Oh, the supply block is brutal. We need the lunkers, Papi. Mass Hydra is spotted. Zealots, they do trickle in. They're going to be shut down. And I think the Hydra count is high enough where I think Lambo's fine. I think he's okay. I don't think Lancer can really break this position, not anymore. It does pick up the Roach Warren, which is nice. Yeah, now we have the tech. This is late. This is late tech here for Lancer. Now we see the double Robo. Now we see the Bay. This is to get into Immortals and Colossus and Disruptors. But again, this could have been thrown down earlier. Instead, we went for double Forge and double upgrades. We made that decision, made that choice, and we did not do enough with the Stalkers and the Zealots. The Zealots themselves, they just haven't really added much value here to these engagements and to these fights. So Lambo is recovering. He is not out of the woods yet, but he's getting there. As we're making 3 Disruptors at a time. Oh my god. That's a way to catch up. That's a way to catch back up here and to recover. Making 3 Disruptors. And this is going to come down to the control from both players. It's going to come down to Lancer and whether or not he can connect with those Novas. Likewise, it's going to come down to the positioning of Lambo to see if he can catch Lancer off guard. Cell drop into the main is going to distract, so we go for a warp in as well. At the same time, Stalkers, they try to push in, but the Lurkers are revealed. Observer goes down as well. Charge also making their way in, but the Lurkers, likewise, are still here at the natural, and Lambo holds. We spoke about it. The goal here for Lambo is to turtle, and he's doing it well. You know, he has a line of Lurkers. He's able to protect his 3rd base. His economy is lackluster. He doesn't have a 4th, but his army is looking quite efficient here with all these Lurkers. We're going to try to collapse in. Only 3 Lurkers, but yeah, Lancer just doesn't have enough. Lancer does have the back off. More Lurkers have arrived. And Lancer just doesn't really have the ideal army yet. Does have a decent Disruptor count. I would love to see Immortals from now on. And yeah, we are making 3 Immortals at a time. This is still on a knife's edge here. As Lambo is moving out. Good revelation. How good are the Novas going to be? 2 Novas go off. Oh, we graze the army. Better connections. We get I want to say 2 Lurkers. 3 Lurkers going to be going down. Not bad. Another Nova going up. Another Lurker does get softened up. Bearing in mind it takes 2 Novas to kill a Lurker. And that's a lot of Lurkers. And we're pushing up the ramp, pushing into the bases here of Lancer. At the same time, Lancer going for a Zealot run-by, but did not rally into the mineral line. Nova's going to be going up. Pretty good connections. Good connection, but the Disruptors overextend. Immortals are trying to come in from behind, but they run into the Lurkers. We will clean up the initial army, but not the best trade here from Lancer. He bleeds out so much. Yes, some miscontrol here from the Protoss. Zealot run by across the map, gets cleaned up. Reinforcements are on the way. And Lambo, he does smell blood in the water. It's close, so Nova's going off. We catch out every single Lurker. We will defend. We will clean this up. And GG gets caught. Lambo was completely all in, had no economy, was on 3 bases, and Lancer, he survives. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. A very powerful start of the game for Lancer, but the mid-game was very messy. It was very messy in the follow-up. There was definitely a chance there for Lambo. He almost brought it back. He almost bounced back in that game. But again, he was on 55 drones. He had no economy, he had no bank, he had no follow-up. That push had to end the game, and it didn't. Had to end the game, and it did not do it. Did not break Lancer. Lancer takes the lead. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Now, as a reminder, I mentioned before that the last time these two faced off a couple of days ago, it did go to the ace match, and I'm hoping that's the case here. Regardless of the outcome, I want to believe that we can get all the way to game 3. I want to believe we can make it to the ace match. The pressure is now on Lambo. Let's go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ghost River, we have the Chinese Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Mystery Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is Lancer. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the German Zerg player, the red Zerg representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Lambo. Again, that was a very, very tense game, very close as well. Of course, longer game went on, it was better and better for Lancer. Lambo was able to recover and have a window of opportunity with that all-in, and honestly, wasn't doing too badly with it whatsoever. He was able to get on top of the Disruptors, able to catch even the Immortals as well. But those Purification Novas, they popped off. The Novas did pop off, and they were good enough. Lancer did barely hold. Now we find ourselves in game number 2. Lambo forced to take the unnatural natural. Now, we're loading into Ghost River. It is very common, I say very common, relatively common, to see Roach all-ins, to see like German taxis or just Roach walks across the map, just because of how small the map is and how short the rush distance is. If Lambo wanted to be aggressive and assertive, this would be a good map for it. But a lot of it does also come down to kind of the approach here of Lambo, like how he approaches a series and how he approaches this kind of dynamic. What I'm referring to is that Lancer is up in the series, right? Lancer, he's one more win, one more mistake, one more loss from Lambo, and Lancer will take it all. So does Lambo have it in him to take a risk, to take a chance, and to even threaten a 2-base all-in or a 3-base all-in and put everything on the line then and there when he's on match point? We'll see. See if Lambo will take that risk, or if he plays it safe, takes a 3rd base, drones up, cuts the map in half, and gets into Hydra Lurker Viper. My eyes are going to be on Lambo. As for now, we are just droning up, taking our natural base. Likewise, Lancer across the map, going to be opening up standard as well. It's going to be a gate expanded to Cybercore into our tech of choice. Once again, Stargate. Stargate opener out of Lancer. Everything looking just like the previous game. We'll see if we open up Void Ray again. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I say this all the time. If a player ever opens Void Ray in a series, I love the idea of doing the same thing in game 2, regardless of whether you win or lose, going for the Void Ray opener again, just to keep the Zerg player guessing. Remember, last game was Void Ray into Glaive Adepts. This game it could be Void Ray, and then you can go into Glaives again. You can go into a Fast Fleet Beacon, into Sky Toss. You can go into a normal game and just go +1 and blink. You can do anything, but more importantly, you can get into the head of your opponent. But we'll see. We'll see as the initial Adept does get across the map. Could be trading with the Lings. Does survive. Dipping in between the bases, a second Adept has made it, and we can see it is not a Void Ray opener this time, it is an Oracle. Okay, so we're casting aside the Void Ray shenanigans, we're going to be opening up Standard. Standard game this time from Lancer. For now. Just because there's no Void Ray doesn't mean we're not going to be going into Glaive Adepts in the follower. It is still viable, it's still available. But now it's going to be an Oracle opener, and the Overlord is going to be able to confirm everything. We get eyes on the tech, we get eyes on the initial units. Lambo does confirm. And the Oracles are on the way. Here we go. First Oracle making its way towards the natural. Adepts likewise towards that 3rd base as well. So far, Queens are keeping up, Spores are on the way, and Lambo will deflect the initial Oracle. Will defend. Likewise, Adepts stay shaded into the natural, also into the 3rd. And we get 1, we get 2 drone kills. Oh my god, but we do overextend. The Queen's reposition and the Oracle goes down. That was a rough trade here for Lancer. A much stronger start for our Zerg player. 2 drones for 1 Oracle, not worth it. Not worth it whatsoever. Oracles, they have so much value here in a PvZ, and they gain so much value over time. And for the first Oracle to go down, again, a much stronger start, a much better start for Lambo. Does bode well. Does bode well for him. Meanwhile, there's the Twilight Council on the way as the base is halfway done. It looks like we might be embracing Glaive Adepts again. This does look like Glaives. Okay. Now, unlike the previous game, Lancer will have a lot less to support the main army, but ooh, that is +1 melee. Wait, did we scout this? We did not. We did not scout the +1 melee, but now I'm really scared for Lambo. What does this mean? +1 melee into the lair, we're skipping the Roach Warren. We're going Ling Hydra. The plan here is to embrace Ling Hydra. We're at the 5-minute mark, still 0 Roach Warren here for Lambo, so something like Glaive Depths can get a lot of damage done. As we can see, it is not Glaives, it is going to be Bling. Okay, so not Glaives, it's going to be Bling instead. If it was, we can punish the Zerg very hard here by not going into Roaches, by skipping Roaches, going into Hydras. We are so vulnerable. Thankfully for Lambo, it's Bling. It is Bling, so Lambo, he should be able to get away with this. He's waiting for the lair, then he'll throw down the Hydra Den. And Lancer is playing more or less a standard game. I say more or less because the Forge is late. Forge is late, +1 is late. This tells me that this might be a gateway explosion into a 3-base all-in. Not uncommon. We've seen Hero embrace this a lot, going for a proxy in the center of the map and going for just 8k 3-base all-in. But we'll see. So Oracle dips in, gets a revelation, gets eyes on the lair. Hydrogen has been thrown down here at the natural, so far unscouted. And Lancer is backing up. He's backing off with these Stalkers. We have 2 more gates on the way, checking the production. It's going to be a 7-gate setup, and we're taking gases. We're going for a 4th. Lancer is going for a longer game. What does this mean? Lambo gets away with a lot of greed. A lot of greed here for Lambo. He's getting away with it. He's getting his 4th base. From here, he can just drone on up. We have the Balioness on the way. We can now embrace an Infestation bit, go into Hive Tech, and rush into Lurkers. We'll see if Lambo goes for just Ling, Bane, Hydra, or if he does head into Lurker Tech first. Or faster, I should emphasize. Revelation does confirm the tech. Now we get the Bay on the way. This is late splash damage here for Lancer. Lambo has map control. Lings are moving out. 4th base is on the horizon here, but we're going to be able to shut this down. As Lings have arrived. Chopper Lord on the way. Lambo getting ready for some Bailing drops. And yeah, Lancer's in a really rough position here. The other scary thing about this is that if we do head into Lurker Tech, like it doesn't take long at all to waddle across the map and to be in the face of the Protoss. Lancer's just not ready for that yet. Lambo's setting up for a Ling run by. Lancer clearing up some creep. Not going to be a Bailing drop, going to be a Ling drop into the natural. Interesting. Hydras are keeping up. Colossus are on the way. Things they come in for a surround. They collapse on the Stalkers. We should be able to blink. We should be able to escape, but 1 Stalker goes down. A 2nd Stalker as well. At the same time, Lings they drop into the natural, but Lancer's in position. Very nicely done. Lancer, he does stuff in his natural. At the same time, he cleans up those Lings, forces them back. Colossus are on the way, and basically Lancer's stuck at home. Lancer, he has to be the defender. He's stuck at home. Now, we can see Lambo has not teched. I was expecting an Infestation, but I was expecting a Lurker Den. No. Lambo, he's droning up to 69. Nice. Not any more than that, so a bit of a lower economy here. Basically, a 3-base all-in out of Lambo. Just massing up Ling, Bane, Hydra. Bailings have morphed in, and Lambo is going for the kill. The Colossus. Colossus exposed, and it looks like we should be able to dive on top of the Shield Battery does finish up just in time. Overcharges pop, Shield Batteries do finish, and Lancer, he's holding. Lancer, they finish up just in time. He's going to shut down the Ling Bane, get on top of the Hydras, punish the Hydras as well. Hydra Speed is not yet done. We can't get away. We try. There we go. Hydra Speed just now finishing. But remember, this was very committed out of Lambo, and he did not do enough damage. Again, those Shield Batteries, they finished up just in time. It was so close, so clutch. Barely saved the Colossus. GG gets called. The 3-base all-in fails, and Lancer will take the 2-0. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Congratulations. Lancer will take the series, will advance on to the next round. My condolences to Lambo. My condolences to Lambo here as he does take a loss and he will bow out. Lambo, when it came to his build, initially it was a roller coaster ride of emotions, right? Initially, I was like, yo, this is really good for Lambo, right? Lambo, he got away with taking up into Hydras, into Lair Tech, And I assumed that he was going to be embracing something different. I assumed that Lambo was going to be rushing into Hive and into Lurkers. That's what I was exclaiming. I was like, oh, the Lunker tech, Pappy. Like, he's going to get away with it. And he would have. But Lambo did make the choice to embrace an all-in instead. So instead of taking up even further, Lambo, he did double down and go for the 3-base all-in. Lancer was already stuck at home, was already being defensive. Lancer made the choice to delay the 4th, if you remember. He didn't even start the 4th. He had a probe in position, but did not commit. Did not commit to the 4th base. And as a result, he was able to play more defensive, survive the all-in. Again, really clutch timing with those shield batteries. And Lancer does take it. Lancer does take it in the end here.